Commitment. This is the biggest challenge in our society. And today I want to talk about the ugly truth about commitment. My name is Lilli, and I'm the co-founder of MaLish Consulting, and I'm a business strategist, career coach, and I love everything which has to do with leadership and business. I was late, yes. And that's why today I love the topic of commitment. So that's why I want really to dive deep into it and give you maybe some ideas, some inspiration. And I also invite you to be part of this active talk and share your thoughts in the comments. So let's have a lively discussion about commitment. But first of all, talking about commitment, what is commitment? So let's have a look into the Oxford Dictionary. So commitment is a promise or firm decision to do something, and the willingness to give your time and energy to a job, an activity, or something that you believe in. And I really love this definition because there is everything inside. So the time, energy, which you give to a job, activity, or something that you believe in. And also it's a firm decision. So it's your promise or firm decision to do it, or willingness to give it, so to say. But why do we as a society have so many struggles to commit to an event, to commit to a friendship, to commit to a business, to commit to a promise? So why do we have such big challenges with this? I want to tell you a little story which happened to me just yesterday, which brought me also, or inspired me to this talk today, or to this live today. Yesterday, as you all know, we in Germany are from today on in a hard lockdown. So yesterday was the last chance for everybody to get the last Christmas presents, to go shopping. And yesterday, a friend of ours, they have a beautiful location and they have hosted a pop-up store. Two very nice ladies who have, just starting out with their fashion label. And so Mike and me were saying, well, that's a perfect opportunity maybe to see if we can find the last present, or also to support our friend and also this pop-up store. So we went there, everything, of course, with all the Corona regulations. And it was a nice setup. They had beautiful stuff there. And the main problem was that they accepted only cash payment. And as you know, nowadays, cash payment, not everybody has cash with them. And they told us, well, you know, we realized yesterday that the little payment machine, so where you can pay with card, did not arrive. So they ordered it online and it has not arrived. And the setup was that I wanted to buy two things, but because I had cash only for one, so I had to decide which one. And I was asking her, well, you know, how can we find a solution for this situation? So do you have any ideas? So I really like the second piece as well. What can we do? And she was telling me, well, you know, you can join us tomorrow. I will be here tomorrow, so today, and you can come and get it. Problem or issue is the location is at the other side of the city, so at the other end of the city. So I'm definitely not willing to drive all the way again. And that was all. That was her decision, or her proposal to the situation, how I could get my second piece. And so in that evening it was okay for me, but today in the morning I was thinking about, well, you know, it was not committed. She is from my point of view, not committed to her business, because she has let me go as a customer, as a potential customer who was willing to purchase a second piece. And this has not happened. So that's why I was really inspired and want to talk about commitment and in a relation to business and private life as well. And as we have the word commitment and also know now the definition, let's go into the different letters, because I have prepared something. So if you think about the C, I think immediately about the comfort zone. We all love our comfort zone. It's cozy, and now during the winter time and lockdowns, it's more cozy to be in the comfort zone because you have a good excuse not to do something, not to commit to something. And but a commitment, or I want to invite you to see a commitment as an opportunity which is given to you where you can leave your comfort zone and where you can experience something different, something new. So that's why I really invite you to think about and from time to time to commit, because this is something which helps you to leave your comfort zone. If we go to the O, so it's the open communication. So the key for you to commit on the one hand or not to commit is an open communication. So if you don't have the full information to a case where your commitment is appreciated or wanted, then you don't need to commit, because then you can say, well, I need the full information and I want open communication from the other side. But also this should be your rule or value as well, that you communicate openly, so that you communicate also openly and tell the people why you can't commit. So because we often commit to something where we are not 100% behind, just because we want this communication to end. But with an open communication, you can bring up your doubts or your questions, and this will help you to understand what's going on and also to be fully committed then after. If we think about the M, my definition is management. So management in a corporate context. So talking about management and talking about your managers or your team leaders, how does it feel if you are not committed 100% to what you are doing? Don't you think that this is transferred to your teammates and your employees as well, and that they are not committed as well to the project or to the job? And on the other hand, for you as employees, how does it feel if your manager or team lead is telling you or give you a promise or give you a commitment but not fulfilling it? Then you are disappointed, and then you are also thinking like, well, what's that? So it also transfers in your behavior for the future. So to all managers, think about how far are you committed. And if you are not fully committed, then you will never be able to get your team on board. So that's why it's really important in a work context to be committed. So we have the first three letters of commitment to the audience. Do you have any questions? Do you agree? And how is your experience with the comfort zone, open communication, and management? So write it down in the comments. So let's go further. The second M, this is mindset. And you need to have a special mindset to be able to commit to something 100%. So you maybe know people, if they say something or if they promise something, so if they commit to something, they will make it possible. So doesn't matter what happens, they will make it possible. This is a special mindset of those people. The other side of the people is like, you know, they are trying to see their advantages of this out of this commitment, or they don't see the bigger picture, so they just see the little steps of a commitment. And most of the time, a lot of people do not take a commitment seriously. So that's why my favorite example, I know that I told it many times, but a free event, and you commit to it with your subscription that you say, yeah, I will join, and then you are not popping up. So here we are missing open communication, and here we have a mindset issue as well. And also talking about corporate setup. So because in a corporate setup, a mindset and commitment is really important. So especially if you go into project work, or if you are a team leader, and that's why it's really important to have it there, because you need the identification of your employees. Yeah, if your employees cannot identify themselves with the company, with their job, with the project, or with you as a leader, then you will never have a commitment from them. And on the other side as well, it's very important that doesn't matter to what you commit yourself, that you have an identification with the job, the project, the activity, the person you are committing to. So you can also make here the switch to your private life as well. Yeah. So if you promise or you commit to, especially now during the Christmas time, so you promised your mom to prepare a salad, but you cannot identify yourself with it, then you will maybe forget it, or you will do it, but without any passion behind, and yeah, it will not be a win-win situation for all. And then you can also, of course, in the professional life, it's more important to have the identification with what you are doing and to what you are committing yourself. For example, if you are taking a project lead, or if you are taking a team lead, or if you are taking a job. Yeah. So if you are taking a job and you are not fully committed, then it nearly has no sense to go ahead. Now comes my favorite, time. Everything in life, time is crucial. And of course, you have to trade time for your commitment. Because if you commit to babysit your niece, if you commit to get the project done, if you commit to go to an event, therefore you have to trade your time, or to invest your time, or to offer your time, so to say. And ask yourself, so I invite you to ask yourself, how much can you give? Or better to say, are you willing to give from your time to your commitment? And here again, every steps which we've been talking before, they come here to in the full basket, so to say, because without identification, without leaving your comfort zone, and without an open communication, you will never know, or you will never understand what the time invest is from your side. And so in my professional life, I try only to commit when I understand what the time invest is, and if I'm able to give this time invest or not. Then I'm willing to commit, and then I'm also staying behind this commitment. So to the audience, please, if you have any questions. Yeah, Mike is saying, without a time commitment, your commitment is just a lip service. Absolutely, yeah. So that's why also a time commitment, if you commit to something, then you should also plan it in your daily, daily planner, because then you have it also on the radar. So a few letters to go. We are back again to an M, and here we are talking about money. So time and money, you know, it's always next to each other. And why is it, so a question, why is it like that? So for example, if you paid for something, an event, a workshop, a concert, a book, then you are more willing to commit to show up or to read. And the way around, if you have something for free, then the commitment or the level of commitment or the thought, oh, I have a commitment there, is sometimes really blurry. So again, here my favorite example, you have signed up for a free event, but then you are at home or the weather is nice or whatever. And then the commitment from your side, because when you are signing up, it's kind of a commitment, becomes blurry because you say, well, I did not pay for it. And then you are not going. But on the other hand, if you have concert tickets or movie theater tickets, and something comes in between, then you will make sure that you have a refund of the tickets or a replacement of it. So think about it. So why is it like that? Why is commitment more obvious and more practical when money is in the game than for something which is free? Let's talk about the extra mile. So think about your customers, or also think about your employees. Do you go the extra mile for them? So my example from the beginning, the pop-up store. So what could be the solution? So I had no cash and they had no payment machine, so credit card machine. But I really wanted to have the second piece, and they are in the position that they need to sell. So we had like a willing customer. The product was there. The only problem was the exchange of money and goods. So what could be a solution here? So what if the person would have been willing to go the extra mile for me as a customer? What could be the solutions here? So also to the audience, you are invited to give some ideas here as well. Yeah. So today in the morning I had many ideas how this could have been solved, and I just also realized that a lot of businesses are not going the extra mile for their customers, because again they have to leave their comfort zone. Maybe they have a different mindset, not a full identification. Of course, it's also a time topic, and that's why it's really important for businesses to understand to which level do I commit to go the extra mile. So what is the extra mile for my business? So here I also invite you to define it for your business as well. And of course, a commitment has to do with negotiation. So for example, you need something which is missing that you commit 100%. And if the other person awaits your commitment or wants your commitment or pressures your commitment, then you should go into a negotiation and find out, okay, what is the compromise for both of us so that you are able to give your commitment to the project, to the business, and what is awaited from the other side, so that you find out what balance is there, and that you can negotiate it. So the conditions for a commitment, especially in a business context, they can be negotiated and should be negotiated. And Maike has here also a comment regarding the extra mile. Yeah, that's true. Businesses that go the extra mile are the ones that are going to survive and thrive. Absolutely. So, and yeah, talking about negotiations, so find a way to negotiate your commitment, kind of, yeah. So in a business context, it's usually when you are working together with somebody on a project, or if you have a joint event or something like that, so that you can commit 100%, the conditions can be negotiated. So a lot of people are really underestimating it or don't have it on their radar as well. And the most important thing when we talk about commitment, this is the team. Yeah. So in a career, also in a corporate context or in a business context, but also in a private context. In a team, everything is achievable and also possible, but only if you have like-minded and committed people on the team. Then the team can be like a catalyst, like a booster for the commitment and for the case. But also on the other hand, if there is someone in the team, or maybe you are the one who is not 100% committed and who is seeding doubts within the team, this can also be destroyed here. So the commitment can also be destroyed. So in a corporate context, for managers and team members, so if you make sure that you have the commitment of everybody in the team, because otherwise, the doubters or the naysayers, they will destroy the commitment of the rest of the team. So this is really important. So this were the little journey through commitment. And to summarize it, so I really invite you to think about your values. How far are you willing to go the extra mile, which brings you to a commitment? And always think before you commit. Do you have the time, or how much time do you trade against it? Is money involved? And in what case is it influencing you? Are you willing to go the extra mile? And also the key letter here is open communication. So make sure that you communicate openly about why you cannot commit. It's more important to communicate if you are not able to commit and the other party is awaiting your commitment. And on the other hand, when you have already committed, or when you are already committed, and then something comes in between and you are not able to fulfill your commitment, so to say, open communication. Inform the other party, because they are relying on your commitment and sometimes they are depending on your commitment as well. So make sure to go in an open communication. A commitment is always a chance to grow because you are leaving your comfort zone. It's a topic of mindset and identification with the project, the job, the activity you want to commit.